So friends, we are going to start the next chapter in our training program, and this chapter is time and work. So first we will go into the theory portions of time and work, and then we will do certain practice questions, some amount of practice questions with respect to this chapter, and then we will be also doing the previous questions with respect to this chapter. So every chapter we will be following that kind of a methodology. Okay, so this is chapter number 7, time and work. So we are starting with the theory portions of the chapter. So as an introduction to time and work, in time and work the problems are actually based on the real life situation. So that is why this chapter becomes really important in competitive examinations. So this is a chapter which deals actually with the real life situations, and it is about allotting the work between subordinates based on their capabilities. So we have a work, and the work is to be done within the specified time. So that is what is the meaning of this chapter. So some quantity of work will be allotted, and this work will have to be done by utilizing your team members, and then the work has to be finished within specified time. So that is what is the effectiveness of a manager. Now the basic understanding of the problem comes by quantizing the work. So we must be able to quantize the work that is allotted to us, and we will have to do it. We will have to allot the work based on the capacities of the persons in the team. And then we will start understanding the quantization with the following example. So we are going to do an example to understand about this quantization. So in this example, let us assume that the person is finishing 2 units of work in a day. So a person is capable of finishing 2 units of work in a day. So for finishing 60 units, he will be needing 30 days. So to find out the net time, we should know the capacity of the person and the net amount of work to be finished. So what is the equation that relates? So you have to take down this equation where capacity is equal to work divided by time. So what is capacity? Capacity is work divided by time. So if you are having 60 units of work, okay, and then 30 days is allotted, so that means what is the capacity? The capacity is equal to the work, which is equal to 60 units divided by the time that is allotted, which is 30. So what is the capacity? The capacity is 2 units per person per day. So this is how the capacity is related to the work and time. Now we will do an example based on this. So this is an example question. So 3 persons finish one work in 7 days. So no, not 3 persons, 5 persons. So 5 persons are finishing one work in 7 days. How many days 7 persons will finish the same amount of work? So this is actually a reciprocal type of a question. So from the question itself, we will be knowing the answer. So if 5 people are capable of finishing a work in 7 days, then 7 people will be capable of finishing the work in 5 days. So this is a reciprocal question. So for competitive examinations, when you are going into competitive examinations after preparing with the class, there is no need for you to do this problem, because if this kind of a question is coming within the moment itself, we will be able to take the answer from the given choices. So 5 people are finishing one work in 7 days. So let us see how this question can be done without the reciprocal method, by doing it in a elaborative method. So 5 people are finishing one work in 7 days. So there is a work and it is finished in 7 days. So there are 5 people. So let us assume that the capacity of a person is actually 1 unit a day. Okay. So that means when 5 people are employed, how many units can be finished in a day? 5 units can be finished in a day. And if 7 days are taken in total, you can see that the net work is equal to 35 units, because it is 5 into 7, 35 units. So what is the total work? Our total work becomes 35 units. And then 7 people are employed. 7 people are employed per day. So that means 7 units of work will be done a day. So how many days will be required? It is 35 divided by 7, and then the answer will be 5 days. So this is the descriptive method of doing the problem, but we will be doing the problem in the reciprocal method. So that means we will be going for the time saving, and the time saving is also one of the biggest advantages for us when we are going into the competitive examination. So you have to follow the classes tightly. You have to understand the various shortcuts that is discussed in the class. You have to do all these practice questions, all these example questions and the practice questions, and we will be doing a large number of previous questions with respect to your examination. Now, we will be looking into the next example. A can finish a work in 10 days. So, A is capable of finishing a work in 10 days. B can finish the same work in 12 days. So, A is taking 10 days and B is taking 12 days. How many days they will finish the task working together? So, we will have to see A plus B. Okay. So, we will have to see A plus B. So, A is taking 10 days and B is taking 12 days. Okay. So, we don't know what is the total work. So, we will be taking a common factor of 10 and 12. What is a common factor of 10 and 12? You can say take 60 to be a common factor of 10 and 12, because A is taking 10 days to finish the work and B is taking 12 days to finish the work. So, we will have to take a common factor of 10 and 12. So, we are taking 60 as a common factor because 60 is divisible by 10 and 60 is also divisible by 12. So, when you are finishing 60 divided by with 10, A is capable of doing 6 units of work a day, and when you divide 60 with 12, B's capacity is 5 units per day. So, when A and B are working together, it means it is the capacity of A plus capacity of B. So, that means capacity of A plus capacity of B becomes equal to 11 units a day. 60 units is the total work that is to be done. So, 60 divided by 11, the total work can be completed in 5 by 11 days. So, this is another example by which we are assuming the total work that is to be completed, and then the total work will be completed by both A and B in 5 days and 5 divided by 11 days. So, it will be taking slightly more than 5 days. Now, as a next example, A finishes a task in 30 days, but with the help of B, he finishes the same task in 12 days. So, that means A finishes the task in 30 days, A plus B will finish the task in 12 days. So, 30 and 12, we have to take a common factor. So, we are again assuming 60 as a common factor. So, when A is working alone, A is taking 30 days to finish the work. So, that means what is the capacity of A? Capacity of A is 2 units a day. And then A and B are working together. It is taking 12 days. So, that means the capacity of A and B taken together is 5 units. Capacity of A is 2 units. So, from this we can see that the capacity of B is equal to 3 units. The question is how much time B alone will take to finish the task is what is the question. So, what is the capacity of B? Capacity of B is 3. What is the total work? Total work is 60. So, how many days will be taken by B? B will be taking totally 20 days to finish this work. So, this is another example question with respect to this chapter, time and work. Now, we are moving into the next theory concept, and this concept is called the concept of negative work. Concept of negative work. Negative work means it is the destructive work, it is not the constructive work. So, that means if somebody is building a wall, demolishing the wall is a negative work. So, building the wall is a positive work and demolishing is a negative work. Okay. So, when both positive work and negative work is going on, the net work will be the algebraic sum of the positive work and the negative work taken together. So, we will have to also discuss the concept of negative work. So, this is what is the concept of negative work. Negative work indicates destructing conditions. Okay. So, it is actually a destructive work that is happening. Take for example, if a bridge has to be made, the flow of water of the river will cause destruction to the work, because it is something that will hinder the dredging and the erection of the pillars, because the water is flowing in the river. So, the river water is doing a negative work. If there was no river water, then it would be very easy for us to construct the bridge. But with the river water flowing, we will have to do the work against this negative work done by the river water. So, this is an example of a negative work. So these problems can be dealt in the same fashion as that of the previous cases, but the negative work will have to be taken as negative, and it is always opposite to the positive work. Now, as an example, we are doing a problem. A can build a house in 10 days. So A can build a house in 10 days. B can build the same house in 12 days. So again 10 and 12 is coming. So that means our common total work will have to be 60. C can completely destruct the house in 20 days. So 20 is also a factor of 60. So 60 is divisible with 10, 60 is divisible with 12, 60 is also divisible with 20. So we will take total work as 60. So what is the capacity of A? Capacity of A is equal to plus 6. Capacity of B is equal to plus 5, because both these works are constructive works, because A is building the house in 10 days and B can also build the same house in 12 days. While C can completely destruct, so that means C is doing the negative work in 20 days. So what is its capacity? So 60 divided by 20, its capacity becomes equal to minus 3 units. The question is, in how many days the work will be finished if all the three are working together? So A plus B plus C is what is our question. So we will have to go for the net work. Net work means net capacity. Net capacity means here it is plus 6 for A, plus 5 for B, and minus 3 for C. So that means it is plus 6, plus 5, minus 3, which will give you 80 units of work a day. So we will have to find out how many days will be required if you are working at 80 units per day capacity to complete the total work of 60 units. So it is 60 divided by 8. So it comes to 7.5 days. So it takes 1 by 2 days to finish the total work if A, B and C, all of them are working together. So that is what is this example. Now moving into the next concept, which is called the concept of wages. So here you can see that we are employing a team and we are doing a work within stipulated time. So that means we will have to give wages to our employees. So salary is to be given. So what is the criterion of dispatching the salary? The salary will be dispatched according to the capacity or the total work that is done by each and every person. So we will have to find out the contribution of work by each and every person when the total work is done as a team, and then we will have to divide the total amount that is available for us to each and every person, and then it becomes the wages for each and every person. So that is what is called the concept of wages. So these are all things that you will have to do as a manager. So when you go into an organization, you will be doing all these kinds of things. You will have to execute works within minimum time frame, within stipulated time frame, and also by dispatching the wages, thereby only creating the minimum liability on the company side. So the work has to be finished, the staff will have to be happy, and the work has to be finished within minimum time frame such that we will be able to start the operations with respect to the work that is being done. If it is building a factory, you have to build the factory within minimum time such that we will be able to start the production within minimum time. And if you are doing some maintenance work, you will have to finish the maintenance works within minimum time frame, utilizing your employees, dispatching the wages such that the machine will be put into service as soon as possible. So once only the factory is running or the machine is running, the company will be getting an income. So all these things are really important with respect to industry. So that is why such topics are extremely important for almost every competitive examination where it is a job oriented examination. Now concept of wages. So if the work is finished by more than one person, then the wages for them will be distributed among them based on the amount of work done by them. So that means the wages will be distributed in which manner? The wages will be distributed among them based on the amount of work done by them. So the ratio of wages becomes equal to ratio of work finished. So what is ratio of wages? Ratio of wages equals ratio of the work finished. Now, if all the persons are working for same number of days, then the ratio of work equals ratio of capacities. So, each and every person will be having different capacities. So, what is our ratio of wages? So, the ratio of work will be equal to the ratio of capacity. So, that means the ratio of work done will be equal to the ratio of the capacities. So, that means the ratio of the wages will be also equal to the ratio of their capacities. So, the capacities are important. So, because when they are having a higher capacity, the people with a higher capacity, they will be finishing more work. So, that means they are eligible for more wages. So, that means ratio of wages equals ratio of work finished, and then ratio of work is equal to ratio of capacity, and ratio of wages equals ratio of capacity. So, all these things you will have to put down into your notes. So, every class, every slide you will have to pause it, and then you have to write down the notes, and the equations and important points you will have to mark and put these things in the box. Okay. We are continuing our discussion with an example question. So, we can see into this example. So, in this example, we will be first reading this question. Okay. So, 5 men or 3 women finishes a work in 10 days. If 6 women finishes the work along with the 7 men. So, you can see the question has become a little bit more tougher. So, these are the level of questions that are going to come for the examination. So, we must be able to do these kinds of questions. So, as more and more theory portions are increasing, the questions will become slightly tougher and tougher. So, normal candidates will be able to do the first set of questions, because anybody will be able to apply a logic and do the first set of questions. But when questions are coming into this range, only the people who have practiced how to do these questions will be able to do these questions. So, that is where the importance of attending the program lies. Okay. So, you will have to go through all the theory portions with the program, do all the example questions, do all the practice questions, and also do all the previous questions with respect to the examination. Now, in this example, 5 men or 3 women finishes a work in 10 days. If 6 women finishes the work along with 7 men, then find out the wages received by them if the total work cost rupees 3000. Okay, so this is what is the question. So, we will have to find out the ratio of the wages received by them if the total work is costing rupees 3000. So, you can see 5 men and 3 women, 10 days. So, that means we are going to take a common factor of 150 units as the total work. Now, 5 men can do 150 units in 10 days. So, that means what is the capacity of a man? The capacity of a man is 3 units. 3 women can finish 150 units of work in 10 days. So, that means 150 units of work in 10 days means it is 15 per day. So, 15 divided by 5 becomes equal to 3, and 15 divided by 3 will become equal to 5 units, which is the capacity of a woman. So, when you are considering 1 woman and 1 man with a 3 unit capacity will be able to do 150 units in 50 days. And 1 woman with a 5 unit capacity a day will be able to do the total 150 units of work in 30 days. Now, since all of them are working for same number of days, the wages will be divided in the ratio of their capacities. Okay. So, you can see 6 women finishes the work along with the 7 men. So, that means 6 women. 6 women, each woman of capacity 5 units. So, it is 6 into 5, and then 7 men with the 3 unit capacity. So, that means it is 7 into 3. So, it becomes equal to 30:21. Now, we will have to divide 3000 in the ratio of 30:21. So, it is 30 into 3000 divided by 51, which is 30 plus 21 becomes equal to 51, is the amount received by 6 women. So, then what will be the amount received by the 7 men? Then it will be equal to 3000 minus this answer. So, that is answer for this question. So, this is about this example. So, this is a very good question. Practicing these kinds of questions will give you a great advantage for the examination. So, when the next time this kind of a question will be coming, you will be able to do the question in a very fast manner. Now, we are adding another theory topic, and this theory topic is named as pipes and cisterns. Okay. So pipe and cistern problems are again very similar to the positive work and the negative work problems that we have already discussed. Now this is also equal to the positive concept of positive and negative work, because the pipe is what is inlet. Pipe is the inlet and the cistern is the outlet. Okay, so that means the pipe will be filling the tank and the cistern will be draining the tank. So that means there is a hole at the bottom of the tank, or there is another tap which can be used to drain the tank. So that is what is pipes and cistern. So pipe is filling the tank. So that means pipe is doing the positive work, and cistern is emptying the tank. So that means cistern is doing the negative work. So we can see the inlet pipe is always doing the positive work, while the outlet pipe or the cistern is always doing the negative work. So this is really similar to the positive and the negative work problems that we have discussed so far, but it is in the terminologies of the pipes and cisterns, and to demonstrate this theory we will be doing some practice questions. Now as an example, the next example, pipe A can fill a tank in 10 hours, while pipe B can empty the completely filled tank in 15 hours. Now how much time it will take to fill a 2/3 filled tank completely by both of the pipes? So these are the kinds of questions that will be coming. So actually when you are looking into this question, is it a simple question? It is a simple question because it can be done. But if you are a person who has not practiced by undergoing a training program, then the problem is that you will not be able to solve this question within the minimum time frame. So that means another candidate, when he is doing 30 questions and passing the examination, we will be able to do only some 10 to 12 questions that will make you fail the examination. So that means gaining the shortcut knowledge of every type of problem. So whichever kinds of problems can be asked for these examinations, we will have to practice all the kinds of problems such that we will be able to tackle any question that is really going to come for the examination. Now how much time it will take to fill a 2/3 filled tank completely by both the pipes is what is the question. Now we are going to take the solution. Now the factors are 10 and 15. So that means we are going to take the total volume as 30 liters. Okay. So a pipe A can fill a tank in 10 hours, while pipe B can empty a completely filled tank in 15 hours. So what is, if the pipe A can fill the tank in 10 hours, means what is the capacity of pipe A? It is 3 liters per hour. And if pipe B can empty the tank in 15 hours, that means what is its capacity? Its capacity is 2 liters. Okay, and that is a negative work. Okay, so now here the positive work is 3 liters per hour and negative work is 2 liters per hour. So that means what is the net work? Net work is 1 liter per hour. So we will have to fill how much time it will take to fill a 2/3 filled tank completely by both of the pipes is what is the question. So 2/3 of 30 is actually 20 liters. Okay. So if you want to fill 20 liters, then it will be taking 20 hours, because your pipe is actually filling working with the capacity of 1 liter per hour. It is actually working with the capacity of 1 liter per hour. So then your time taken will be 20 hours, because you will have to fill 20 liters in the tank. So when you are working at the rate of 1 liter per hour, you will be taking 20 hours to fill the complete tank.